Yeah, it says it's connected. It's just, I don't know why it doesn't start on YouTube. You're still not. Yes? Nobody's on.
Usually if she can't get on, she texts it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of SammyVision as the Westerville Warcats varsity hockey team opens league play today against the PHA Prowlers here at Chiller Easton in Columbus, Ohio. The Warcats, off their preseason, come into this game with 6 wins, 4 losses, and 5 ties, taking on a struggling PHA Prowlers team that is already 0-1 in the league and has only 1 win on the season. But we have seen in the past that when it comes to league play, records do not matter quite as much as the teams, especially these two, hold a grudge against each other. Players were lining up for the national anthem, but as the Westerville is the home team here, and I'm over here doing SammyVision, there's nobody over at the bench apparently to do the national anthem. So it looks like they're going to forego that, even though that is usually part of the pregame ceremonies. Warcats wearing their white home uniforms with the red numbering and the yellow and black trim, black helmets. And it is the Prowlers wearing their purple pants, black uniforms, a lot of purple going on with them, the dark road uniforms. And it's senior Alex Scoyne, number 37, getting the start. His second start for the Warcats varsity team and his very first start in varsity OSHL league play. We get ready to drop the puck, and the Warcats win the face-off. Cullen Hassel at center, sending it back where Alex Snyder at defense picks it up to the senior Andrew Reisinger. Back to Alex Snyder, who sends it up to DJ Bridge, up to Cullen Hassel. Hassel bringing it on the left side. Now on his backhand, feeds it out in front, looking for David Reisinger, picked up by Andrew Reisinger, who slammed off the puck. Puck along that half wall comes to Hassel. Hassel loses control of it at the blue line. The Prowlers come into the Warcat zone. One man to beat, but it's Alex Snyder who's back to stop anything else from happening for the Prowlers. Now cross-ice feed. Again, it's left there in the corner. Having to retreat was DJ Bridge. A giveaway by the Warcats. Out in front, deflected over the net by that Prowlers play. And the Warcats looked a little discombobulated to start this game, to say the least. Maybe a little nerves and a little excitement to begin league play. It's Andrew Reisinger sending the puck up into the netting for a face-off. 55 seconds into this game. So 17-minute periods. There will be an intermission between the second and third period of approximately 10 minutes as they resurface the ice. And those are normal standard rules there for OSHL league play. Wilson Cooper Kleberger, number 71, back trying to get the puck now from the corner. It's the Prowlers who have control behind that goal line, looking to feed the puck out in front. Stepping back into the corner and leaving there, now picked up by Josh Tidd. Tidd up to Bussey. Bussey up to Collins. Collins now into the zone, trying to get around the defenseman. Wasn't able to get around the last guy, and the Prowlers work it out of the zone. Caleb Bussey with a very productive tournament last weekend in Cleveland. Number 24 out there on the ice. Cedric Collins, one of the leading goal scorers for the Warcats. Also, the Judge Hamburger! Warcats goal scored. And shooting the puck at the net, the aforementioned Caleb Bussey stays red hot. And the Warcats on the board first on a rocket shot by Caleb Bussey. And we'll check to see the assist, which I believe Cedric Collins picking up an assist for that. And we'll check to see what else as we move along. Now the puck played back to Owen Hood, and a good start here by the Warcats, going up 1-0 within the first couple minutes of play. Josh Blumel out there. Colin Fury working along that half wall. And Reed Hinton, number 4. It's Bryce Wickizer, the senior, and Owen Hood back on defense. Wickizer now with that puck. Gets around one man, almost around the second man. Does bring the puck into the zone of the Prowlers momentarily as the Warcats change up, and Hassel with some speed coming up on the right side. Sends it off the goaltender's pads. Winding up was Wickizer. Wickizer didn't pull the trigger. And back in behind the net, it's the Prowlers feeding it out to the point. Nicholas Crone sends it back in. Cycling it in behind the net. David Reisinger leaning into his man. The senior, Andrew Pollack, getting another play here with the Varsity Warcats. Number 22 is out there. Just wide, Alex Snyder shooting that puck, looking near side. David Reisinger picking it up. And now the Warcats finding their stride. And just as I say that, a whistle as the net comes off of its supports, and a face-off going to take place inside the Prowlers zone at 13:55 remaining of this first period of play, with the Warcats up 1-0 early on. Hassel steps in to take the face-off. Pollack coming over to get a piece of it, and then Reisinger. Hassel with the wraparound. It was there. The goaltender didn't get all the way over to cover the post, but Hassel did not get a stick all the way out in front and around that net post and sent it out into the blue paint. Now, Snyder doing a good job being up on the play, keeping it in as the Warcats made a change. Caleb Bussey and DJ Bridge coming back out onto the ice. And now DJ Bridge trying to get in behind the defender for the Prowlers. Prowlers back and get it towards the Warcat zone. Now right back out again. Cedric Collins with DJ Bridge. Caleb Bussey. That's Bridge trying to feed it out in front. Gets it to Collins, who didn't get it, wasn't able to get it towards the net. Snyder chopping at that puck. It comes loose with the Prowlers bringing it out of the zone. Right back in is Bussey. Puck hits the netting up above the glass. And so we get a face-off that's probably going to come outside the zone, I believe, here, as the referee retrieves the puck. And the Warcats make a few changes, sending out Colin Fury now to go with DJ Bridge, Cedric Collins, Andrew Reisinger, and Wilson Cooper Kleberger. The Prowlers from their own zone now circling behind their net, feeding it up on the left side. Cross-ice feed knocked down by Collins, but makes its way to the Prowlers player, who then can't catch up with it. Cooper Kleberger skates it back behind his goal line, feeds it near side. Andrew Reisinger now centering feed, looking for Colin Fury, picked off by the Prowlers, but recovered by the Warcats, and now 2-on-1. Cedric Collins has DJ Bridge. He winds up, shot save made by the goaltender, who got a paddle on that. Reisinger stick maybe just a couple inches shorter than he thought as he was trying to poke that back into the zone. It comes out, and Wilson Cooper Kleberger retrieves it, and off the skate of Reisinger with a Prowlers player right on the doorstep. DJ Bridge sends it back to Reisinger. Reisinger over to Cooper Kleberger. We have a stray glove down right at center ice. Kind of strange. I think it's Andrew Reisinger missing a glove on his right hand, just sitting there at center ice. Kind of a lonely glove. Here's Reisinger with one glove doing his best Michael Jackson impression, sending it up to Josh Tidd. Josh Tidd now entering the zone, but he's all by himself as the Warcats make changes. Hassel and Hinton now coming in. We have a delayed penalty in elbowing that's going to come and assessed, I believe, to the Warcats. Warcats certainly no strangers to penalties. And rearing their head again here as Josh Tidd gets the gate. 2 minutes for elbowing at 11:43 remaining in the first period. The Warcats killing off their first league penalty. Now it's Hassel and David Reisinger out there to do the deed. They got Owen Hood and Chase Nixon, the defenders. And the Warcats immediately send it into the Prowlers zone. Prowlers setting up behind their own net. Reisinger in there to forecheck. Up on the play is Hassel. The Prowlers able to get to neutral ice, now into the Warcat zone. Drop pass to number 7. Shot right on. Scoring save made. His first save of the game. Now in behind the net it goes. Prowlers setting up their power play. Number 25 from that half wall now curls to the blue line. Still with the puck. Now sending it down low and a giveaway to Chase Nixon. Nixon bringing it down the ice. Nixon with one man to beat. Nixon trying to use that D-man as a screen. Sends the puck. And it goes deep into the zone. Good play there, though, by Chase Nixon. Trying to get a shot away, but at the very least getting it in deep. And now Nixon up forechecking from his normal defensive position. But it's the Prowlers picking up some steam now into the Warcat zone. Number 25 now pulling it behind the net. Looking to try and maybe feed it into the slot. Turns around. Shot 10 feet over the net. And hit with a high stick. And the puck's going to come all the way down into the Prowlers zone with 53 seconds remaining on the power play for the Prowlers. 10:37 remaining, first period. Scratches for today. Santos Shalia, Daniel Johnson, Sean Hunt. And as I said, adding to the team is the senior Andrew Pollack and the senior Alex Scoyne, as Will Carone, the normal second goaltender for the Warcats, still out, I believe, in quarantine status. The Warcats clear that puck back down, played there by the goaltender for the Prowlers, who leaves it for his D. Now the Prowlers still on the power play, coming out of their zone, sending an errant pass up on the far side, picked off there by Snyder, who sends it right back towards the Prowler zone, and again Snyder gets that puck down into the Prowler zone. Bussey and Bridge out there. 3 seconds remaining as Josh Tidd stands at that penalty bench. He comes out, and both teams are now at full strength with Josh Blumel jumping on as the even skater. But it's the Prowlers bringing it in and trying to get it onto his backhand was that Prowlers player. Shoveled it behind the net, curling out in front, losing the puck to the blue line, and almost out. Now keeping it in barely. The Prowlers then clear the zone themselves, perhaps trying to set something up from the neutral zone. Not sure if they really meant to do that, but sending the puck in deep now are the Prowlers. Giving chase is Alex Snyder. Snyder behind his own net. Reisinger with him going the same direction. Little miscommunication there. Josh Blumel picks it up from the corner, and puck sent back over to Reisinger. Kind of a hot shot there. Reisinger able to corral it, and now coming down the ice with speed. Reisinger with the step shot, just misses far side, and he saw Twine from where he was. He definitely saw part of the netting that he could get in, but just missed it there. Sent back in now by the Warcats, held there by the goaltender. Now the defense, as Bussey steps into his man hard, dislodging that puck free. Warcats trying to get it back into the zone. They do momentarily. The Prowlers clearing again to neutral ice. Right back in, David Reisinger sends it. Now giving chase is Cedric Collins. Collins from the corner, loses it. Loose puck now near corner. Hassel in on the puck. Sends it back to the point. Cooper Kleberger shot just wide of the net, looking for the tip on the doorstep with Cedric Collins. And the Prowlers send it to the blue line, but not out. Kept in momentarily by Nicholas Crone. The Prowlers on the second effort, able to get it clear. Cedric Collins with the puck. Long lead pass to the skates of Hassel, doing a good job of at least getting a skate on that and trying to get it up to his forehand. Now from the ice, laying on the ice, Hassel chops that puck down into the Prowler zone. Warcats up 1-0. Under 8 minutes to play in the first period. Number 25 for the Prowlers. Shot save made. Pad save. Scoring. Goal scored. On kind of a funky rebound, as Scoyne stuck his pad out, gave up a big rebound, and then it looked like the puck deflected off. As the puck deflected off of a Prowlers player and right into the net. For them? I could care less. We don't have a 21.
It's a 20.
Oh.
20, 77, 71.
I got it. And now the Prowlers again, the shot save made there by Scoyne, squeezing the pads and holding on for a face-off.
Aiden Whaley's also a scratch.
Thank you. And we thank our spotter, Mr. Greg Pollack, also helping us out here. Aiden Whaley is the other scratch, number 80 for the Warcats. Defenseman number 80, Aiden Whaley, is the fourth scratch. So that's Shalia, Johnson, Hunt, and Whaley. Josh Kidd bringing the puck up on the left side in a tie game now. Kind of a little unfortunate bounce for the Warcats, trying to get back the lead. That shot down low, and Fury sends it just wide of the net. Bryce Wickeiser stepping his man back to the point where Hinton picks it up and sends it in deep. Prowlers picking it up behind their goal line, sending it up along the near side and all the way out of the zone as Wickeiser has to retreat and get the puck. Wickeiser now behind his own goal. Far side, he's harassed by two Prowlers players, ends up sending a backhand to up the boards to really nobody. It was the Prowlers picking it up, keeping it in the zone now. The Prowler from the side of the net, shot save made there by Scoring. Wickeiser now up to the left side, looking to get it there to Cedric Collins. Bouncing puck around, still not able to get it out. Now the Warcats going to ice the puck, and I really hate seeing that. Should not be in that much trouble that they got to just throw the puck down the ice with no regard. So face-off coming back in the Warcat zone. Bussey stepping in to take it. Collins and Bridge also out there as forwards. Prowlers win that face-off and then send it right down low, but tying his man up, it looked like that was Alex Snyder tying his man up down low. And with the absence of Aiden Whaley, a few changes with the defensive pairings that we haven't seen much in the early going in this season. Bussey then loses the puck, and now 3-on-1 if they hurry. The Prowlers trying to get into the Warcat zone, toe dragging but not getting around Owen Hood. Great play there by Owen Hood. And now falling down on the play is DJ Bridge, which allows the Prowlers again to keep the puck into the zone. Snyder reversing course around to Cowens. Cowens now with the puck, has a Prowler number 8 draped on him. He just makes a couple moves, gets away from him, and now coming up the left side, Cedric Cowens. He was able to get around a few guys. The loose puck now comes back to Collins like a magnet. Back to Snyder's shot. And the puck ends up on the top of the net as you had players flying out of every which way on a high snapshot by Snyder looking to take heads off. And I don't know what the whistle, perhaps the goalie had it for an instant maybe, but it did end up on the top of the net. And so the faceoff comes outside the zone. Hassel steps in and takes it and wins it. Reisinger over to Cooper Kleberger. Cooper Kleberger sends it in. Hassel in deep to get it. He's got David Reisinger, Andrew Pollack with him. From the corner now, number 63 for the Prowlers. Bringing it up along the far side. Picked off there by Reisinger, who loses it again. Center ice. The Prowlers now far side, under 5 minutes to go. First period. 1-1 game. A game that, let's be honest, the Warcats have to have. His first game of the OSHL season against a seemingly inferior opponent, as the Prowlers are. And if the Warcats are going to have any hope of making any noise this season, these are the type of games that they just have to have. Hassel, Reisinger, Pollack still out there. Reisinger trying to reach for that puck on the right side, and then a giveaway again by the Warcats. Again, a fortuitous bounce by the Prowlers, but Reisinger able to get back on that first as the Prowlers could not match his speed to get back into the zone. Prowlers, though, pick it up, and number 25, who's been very busy, just overskates it, and again, an icing. And I may have to refocus here and see whether I'm watching varsity hockey or JV hockey. That puck was just sent all the way down the ice for an icing. Face-off back down in the Warcat zone, and that, if nothing else, tells you that the Warcats are on their heels when they're just sending the puck down like that. In behind the net, the Prowlers trying to outmuscle a couple of Warcats. Bryce Wickeiser having none of it. To the backhand, up to DJ Bridge. Bridge along that far wall. Again, the Warcats thinking that they can just go through people, and it's just not happening. Bridge now with the puck. But it's the Prowlers taking it away from Bridge. Hinton in on the play, trying to keep it in kicking at it at the blue line. It comes over the blue line. Warcats have to exit the zone. Referee kind of getting tied up with it right in front of the Prowlers bench. And now finally the puck gets in the zone. DJ Bridge with it. From the corner, steps out in front. Shot save made there. Poking at it is Hinton. And then dropped right in front of the net was Colin Fury as the whistle sounds at 3:41 remaining. And I'm going to say, no matter who the player is, no matter what the time of game is, no matter what they've done for the Warcats, when it's selfish play or one person trying to beat four people on the other team, I'll point it out, it's just not how hockey is played. That puck comes to the side of the net, held there by the Prowlers goaltender for another face-off. Won by Buffy. Back to Collins. Over to Wickheiser. Deflected down low. And that's more like it. That's some team play there. On the nose of Jocko scored! Hamburger! Cedric Collins in the right spot at the right time. Puts it into a seemingly open net on that backside. And the Warcats go back up 2-1. Bryce Wickheiser picking up one of the assists. Possibly Josh Tidd with the other assist. And it was all set up from the passing. Wickheiser sending that puck from the point down low, being deflected, and then finding Cedric Collins on the back door wide open. And I could watch that kind of hockey every day. We're going to have a penalty here on the Prowlers. Delayed call coming up. Snyder stepping into the zone. Snyder trying to get it towards the net. Coming in to protect it, and now picking it up are the Prowlers with the whistle and the penalty being assessed. And it may be a tripping or a knee on knee. Let's see what they end up with. A kind of a dangerous little play there. Number 42 going to the box, tripping. Actually, maybe kneeing. He may have called kneeing there. Either way, it's a 2-minute minor, and the Warcats on the power play with the chance to go up 2 goals. Leading this game already 2-1. Now, Hassel thrown out of the face-off circle. Reisinger comes in. Prowlers get most of that, but forechecking it was Hassel, able to keep it in for a moment, now cleared by the Prowlers. Reisinger back to take it. Up to Hassel. Hassel using his speed on the right side. Hassel bringing it into the zone. Hassel, winding up shot, save made. A pad save and a beauty by the goaltender. Big rebound. Warcats not able to come up with it. Now the Prowlers coming out of the zone. The Prowlers now circling back in their own zone. Number 25, Hucks, one of their better players. He sends it out of the zone, picked up there by the Warcats, who now send it back to their own blue line to set something up. Reisinger up to Collins. Collins bumped off the puck. Reisinger picks it up. Reisinger drop pass to David Reisinger. David Reisinger sends it across. Goal scored! Hamburger! Tick, tack, toe. And we have a power play goal, and from almost the exact same spot, Cedric Collins scores. This time, the assist to David Reisinger and Andrew Reisinger with 2:09 remaining in the first period. And if nothing else, that tells the Warcats the benefit of passing that puck up to the open man. So now both teams at even strength. The Warcats coming off that power play goal, 3-1 lead. The puck comes to the point. Wickheiser lines it up and sends it off the pad, the shin pad of number 93 for the Prowlers. Retreating to get it is Wickheiser and slammed in the boards for his trouble. Sent up to the blue line, Captain Wickheiser. Owen Hood able to get back at that Prowlers player. Bouncing puck in the Warcat zone. Number 45 curling around looking to get it towards the net. Nothing doing there. The Warcats picking up another penalty here now, as Hinton thought he had a breakaway, and he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up 2 minutes for showing that emotion after a play. And the referee's now discussing the extent of this penalty. An elbowing, the second elbowing the Warcats have had. A very rare penalty, but now called twice in the same game against the Warcats. 1:28 remaining. 1:28 remaining. First period, Warcats up 3-1, but now killing off their second penalty of the game. Owen Hood out there with Nixon, David Reisinger, and Cullen Hassel. Hood sends it around the boards to the point, picked up there by the Prowlers. He sent it back down low. Palumbo sends it down to number 71, now below the goal line. Back to 71. Shot save made by Scoring. Cleared to the blue line, but not out. Working it on the left side here. Across ice. Now down low again to that corner. Back up to the high slot. Kicked away there by Cullen Hassel. Played by David Reisinger. Kept in and then sent over the net. And behind that goal line as Nixon goes in to get a piece of that. Hood backhands it up to the blue line. Had more time maybe than he thought. Stolen by Cullen Hassel at the end of a long shift. Sends it back down the ice. Good, smart play by Cullen Hassel. 30 seconds remaining in the period. The Prowlers now from their own zone. Bringing it through the neutral zone and dumping it in deep. Cooper Kleberger over to get it. From the corner, picks up his own dump. He's the one who dumped it in the corner, picked it up. Now sent by the Prowlers down low, trying to glove it out of the air with Scoring as that puck was going over the net. Bussey now trying to get a piece of it, and the period comes to an end. As Bussey and Collins had stars in their eye going down the ice, thinking that they were going to be able to chase that down before the Prowlers. So at the end of one period of play, 3-1, Warcats up. Which one do you have? The Warcats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 shots on goal. 6 shots on goal for the Prowlers. 3-1.
9 to 10 faceoffs.
Warcats winning 9 faceoffs, losing 10 in that first period. Seems like par for the course for the Warcats. But leading on the scoreboard 3-1, we'll be killing off 31 more seconds of a penalty when we come back to start the second period momentarily. And we're off to start the second period with the Warcats again down a man. Now skating right to left. The Prowlers trying to get something set up from their own zone. 20 seconds remaining on the power play for the Prowlers. Bring it into the Warcat zone. Is number 25 for the Prowlers. Being watched there by Reisinger. Sent down, hits the skate of Cullen Hassel, and then carried out of the zone by David Reisinger. Reisinger brings it all the way deep in the zone, and now both teams are at full strength. Sending it out in front was Reisinger, but nobody was there except for the Prowlers, who are able to clear. Hassel stepping his man right in front of the Prowlers bench. Cooper Kleberger feeding DJ Bridge. Rolls off of Bridge's stick and out of the zone where Andrew Reisinger picks it up and backhands it back in. Cooper Kleberger up on the play, stole the puck, but it bounced away from him. He would have been in on the goaltender all alone. Would have liked to see what he can do. Playing very well, number 71, Wilson Cooper Kleberger. Caleb Bussey with the puck. Bussey bringing it into the zone. Bussey trying to nutmeg the defender there of the Prowlers. Not quite able to get it through his skates, but able to keep it in the zone. Kicking at it is Bridge. Comes loose to Bussey. Bussey winds up shot. Save made. Rebound attempt. Save or puck held on. by the Prowlers goaltender a minute and a half into this second period of play. And Bussy got that puck, and there's nobody between him and the goaltender. He winds up and gets everything he can on that. He just happened to shoot it right into the goaltender's midsection. The puck deflects off the ceiling, it looks like. Prowlers player a little disappointed, thought he had a step on the defense. Had that puck come down without hitting the ceiling. Not quite sure whether that would have been the case or not. Bussy, Tidd, Collins, the forwards. Snyder and Crone, Nicholas Crone on defense. Bussy wins the faceoff to Crone. Crone hard off the boards, goes around Collins to the blue line of the Prowlers, picked up by Bussy. Bussy ridden off the puck, but leaves it there for Tidd, who reaches for it. It's out of his grasp and out of the zone. Crone picking it up. We're trying to get it back up to Collins. Comes back to Crone. Goes D to D to Alex Snyder. Now up to Collins. Good passing there. Just happens to bounce over Collins' stick, though. Was he able to get that cleanly, he would have been in on the left side. Now Snyder, a long shot, coming off the rebound off the backboards. Again, Snyder now up on the play in the corner. Prowlers trying to feed it out of the zone. Tidd filling in on defense, able to get it back in. Bussy down low trying to get a stick on it. Tidd now comes into reach. Somebody fell down on the puck, now it comes loose. Crone from the point, shoots it just wide of the net. In behind the net, the Prowlers now scrambling to get to it. Crone again up on the play, backhands it in deep. Bussy with it on his backhand, leaving it for Snyder. Snyder shoots, save made, rebound. Covered up by the goaltender for the Prowlers. And now a little bit of extracurricular activity. No love lost between these two teams. More extracurricular, goofy stuff after the whistle. And they're taking two players here. They're taking Tidd again and one of the Prowlers, and it looks like incidental roughings. But as I was saying, more than any other team in the league, it seems like the Warcats and the Prowlers do not like each other very much. Down low, and Fury trying to send it out to Josh Blumel. Never quite materialized there. And because of some of the special teams, a few players have not had as many shifts here, so they're getting a chance out there. Now as Hinton sends it over, looking for Blumel. Blumel from that corner. Coming in is Fury. The puck rolling. Hard to see behind the pole there, but Hinton up on the play. Now in behind that goal line. The Prowlers player falling down on the play. Blumel picks it up. Blumel then stepped into twice. Fury picks up a loose puck. He leaves it there. Blumel coming back in again, trying to get to it. Hinton from the corner. Reed Hinton has the puck played away from him. Now the Prowlers has their pocket picked. Side of the net. Blumel. Save made. A scramble for the puck, but the goaltender's on top of it. And finally we get a whistle. And Blumel was trying to jam that thing in, and it would not go. Bit of a square peg in a round hole or something like that. Andrew Pollack stepping out there with Cullen Hassel and David Reisinger. Andrew Reisinger, Bryce Wickeiser on defense. The Prowlers now behind their own goal, sending it up on the far side. Coming up on the play was Wickeiser, and Cullen Hassel picks up the loose puck. Reisinger from his own blue line. Up on the right side to Wickeiser, and now the Prowlers pick that up from their own zone. Sending it right back out to the Warcats waiting for it. Center ice. Reisinger to Pollack. Back to Reisinger. Reisinger shoved off the puck. And the Warcats have to be careful because Reisinger was the last man back. Up on the play now. It's Hassel. Shot save made. Quick shot there by Hassel. Save made by the goaltender for the Prowlers. Loose puck. Pollack. Back to Wickeiser. Wickeiser sends it down low. Just misses. David Reisinger behind the net. Hassel coming over to pick it up in front. Pollack missing it by inches as he got a good look and sent that puck just wide. Andrew Pollack, how big would that have been for that young man? Reisinger behind the net to Wickeiser. Over to Reisinger. Down low looking for David Reisinger. Goal scored. Hamburger! David Reisinger! With an assist from his brother Andrew Reisinger and Bryce Wickizer. And just as the Prowlers had kind of a funky goal, that bounce off of David Reisinger maybe, that got into the back of the net. And now the Warcats up 4-1 with 12-16, 12-15. And number 25, Hucks, being sent off, and that's a big loss for the Prowlers, who are already losing by 3 goals. Now the power play unit's going to come out here. And the Warcats going to try and add to it. And I'll tell you what, number 25 for the Prowlers is really letting the referee have it. And he is not happy. And he has already warned him that he's going to give him another minor if it keeps up. And that was right off the face-off. And so another face-off now ensues. This time it's the Warcats on the power play. And Cedric Collins up on the right side, sending it around the boards. Picking it up are the Prowlers, but keeping it in was Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger picks it up, sends it down low to him, back to Reisinger. A little give and go, it looked pretty, but it didn't quite connect. How nice would that have been? And ever since I made my comment, I'm telling you, the passing has happened. I know they didn't hear me, but they've been passing better and they've been scoring better. Collins now with a shot that's deflected up over the net. Hinton digging it out. The Prowlers coming up with it to the blue line, but not out. Snyder keeps it in to Reisinger. Reisinger down to Collins. Collins from the corner trying to skate away from the Prowlers player. Hinton coming in to help out. 4 guys tied up there, and it's Collins with the puck now. Falling down on the play to Hinton. Hinton back to Reisinger. And now we have a penalty out in front. A high stick, well, maybe not a penalty, let's see. I do believe it is a high sticking penalty, and it could be coming to Cullen Hassel. And what a shame as the Warcats were setting this up. Well, now let's see. The Prowlers actually picking that up. So why was the whistle blown? Oh, and Hassel. Okay.
No, the other guy thought it was him, but it wasn't.
So just Hassel, as the player from the Prowler, went into the box. I mean, if that doesn't tell you he's guilty, he went right to the box. Nobody told him to go to the box. But it does go on Cullen Hassel. And so the face-off probably should come outside the zone, as it does. And it's going to be 4-on-4 as the Warcats power play was negated. And they were setting up, and I didn't quite see what happened, but obviously the referee thought Hassel hit somebody with a high stick. And so we're 4-on-4, we're even for another 45 seconds. And you got to think this favors the Warcats, who got a little more speed than the Prowlers do. Cooper Kleberger over to Nixon. Nixon gaining the blue line. Nixon on the left side to his back end. Now Nixon pulls up onto his forehand and just completely lost the puck. And the Prowlers coming out of the zone. Bussy lining his man up for an open ice check. But the Prowlers able to skirt around that. In behind their goal, Bussy now picks up the puck. Feeds it up to Cooper Kleberger. Cooper Kleberger bring it into the zone. Cooper Kleberger again, he has the puck played off of his stick. Bussy filling in, sends it in behind the goal line. Fury hanging on to a Prowlers player as he was losing his balance. The Prowlers coming out. Now the Prowlers on the power play. The Prowlers on the power play for about a minute. Cooper Kleberger rides his man on boards, and a good control by Cooper Kleberger to let off a little bit because he had a player in a vulnerable position, and definitely he would have got a penalty if he would have finished that check. And that would have been of the 2 and 10 variety. The Warcats cleared into the Prowlers zone. Under 10 minutes to play second period. Warcats up 4-1. Prowlers on the power play. Hinton with a long reach gets a piece of that, and good play there sent out by Owen Hood. Crazy bounce off the glass, so it didn't get all the way down into the Prowlers zone, but Hinton picks it up, leaves it there at the goal line. The Prowlers trying to bring it out of their zone. Hinton harassing that player. Good job by Reed Hinton to stay on that player and eventually make him lose the puck. Andrew Reisinger up to Cedric Collins. Collins now in
Trying to get past the defense on the backhand. Spins it around behind that goal line. Checked into the corner. Good job by Collins to keep the puck down there. Both teams now skating at even strength as Cullen Hassel steps out on the ice. Hassel now going to the bench in favor of David Reisinger. There's a shot by the Prowlers. First shot of the period. Save made and a cross check. A cross check coming, I believe, to the Prowlers.
Yeah, he yelled at the player in the guard joint.
And I didn't see what number that was, but the fourth penalty now on the Prowlers. So the penalties are evened up 4 apiece. Warcats now on the power play again. Let's see if they can stay on that power play or score on that power play without any bumps in the road. A lot of special teams play here. And the Warcats have certainly seen their fair share of that in the games that they've played this year, taking their fair share of penalties. Around the board, Snyder cycles it back behind the net. Cullen Hassel trying to get to that. David Reisinger then reached, but it came all the way out of the zone where Alex Scoring leaves it there for Andrew Reisinger. Big Andy. Andrew Reisinger, number 10, behind his own net. The senior almost loses it in front of his own net. Scoring came away from that post, and that got a little worrisome. Now Reisinger skates away from one man, puck rolling on him, now out of the zone. Reisinger catches up to it. Reisinger into the zone. The Warcats have numbers. Reisinger shot save made. And another attempt, that's from Snyder, not going to count as the net comes off of its supports. With 1 minute, actually 59 seconds to be exact, remaining on the power play for the Warcats.
That's exactly what I said.
Fury, Collins, and Bridge out there. The Prowlers win the faceoff, but kept in by the Warcats. Bridge from his own blue line to Nixon. Nixon back to Bridge. Down to Collins. Collins below that goal line from the corner, cycling back around the Bridge. Bridge picking it up. Bridge along the half wall. Up to Nixon. Nixon back down to Bridge. Good play there. Bridge curls around shot. Save made. And held on by the Prowlers goaltender. 31 seconds remaining in the power play. 7:25 remaining in the period. Warcats leading 4-1. Colin Fury taking the face-off. Prowlers win it, but picked up by Bridge. Bridge now below that goal line. And Fury comes up with it. Across ice feet. Cooper Cleveland, your goal scored. Hamburger. A really smart play by Colin Fury to pick up that loose puck and find the open man. Cross ice feed. It's a power play goal. And the Warcats now up 5-1. And a goaltender change for the Prowlers. Wilson, Cooper, Kleberger. And what a big goal for that young man. But the Prowlers pick it up. Shot save made. Rebound attempt save made. Puck goes over the net. Save made. And Alex Scoring making multiple saves. Puck comes down low. Bryce Wickheiser picks it up, flips it towards the blue line, now finally out of the zone. As Josh Blumel gets enough of it to get it out. But the Prowlers coming back in. Number 25, what a good pass. But it rolled off a number 5 stick, and I'll tell you what, he was looking at open net. Number 25, good pass by him. The Prowlers again trying to get in the zone. Owen Hood breaking that up. Owen Hood then kicks at it, and we're going to have another kneeing penalty, and it looks like it's going to Hassel again. let's see. As Cullen Hassel going to the box, 2 minutes for kneeing. 6:16 remaining in the period. The Warcats up 5-1, but still, Coach DeJonda is going to have something to talk about here at the intermission because the penalties have got to stop. Bussy out there with Tidd, Nicholas Crone, Alex Snyder. The Prowlers from their blue line sends it in deep. Back out towards the blue line, picked off by Josh Tidd and sends it down the ice. 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Number 11 for the Prowlers circles behind his own net. Now up through the neutral zone. On the right side, has the puck played away, and Josh Tidd hanging out in the neutral zone, able to flip it back down into the Prowler zone. The Prowlers now a little disjointed on their own power play here, not able to get something set up, but flipping the puck off the glass now, coming down the ice, number 72, shot save made. Scoring getting a pad on that. Loose puck picked up by Bussy, now he's played off it. Crone sends it up the boards, kept in by the Prowlers and now sent out of the zone by Caleb Bussy. 1 minute remaining on the power play for the Prowlers. And Bussy destroys his man back in the Prowler zone.
We're calling it.
No. The Prowlers from their own blue line now. D-to-D pass. Anxious moments there. Bussy back forechecking, or DJ Bridge in there forechecking. Bring it into the Warcat zone now. It's number 25. Again looking to set up number 5 in front. He sends it to number 7. That puck deflects up in the air and over the net. Snyder chipping it up the boards. Now Bridge with it and able to get it out of the zone. Bridge still with it. He's got Colin Fury with him, shorthanded. Fury with the shot save made. Bridge on the doorstep. Fury another shot. And if Bridge could have got a stick to that, he could have just pushed that in, no problem, as he was staring at an open net momentarily. 11 seconds remaining on the power play for the Prowlers. Bridge, Fury, Nixon, and Hood, the 4 out there. Prowlers win the faceoff, now behind their own net. Bringing it up far side, harassed there by Bridge. Bridge keeping it in the zone, now brought out by the Prowlers. Player falls down at center ice, sends it in, and both teams are now skating at full strength. Bridge up to Fury. Fury trying to get the Hassel. Hassel trying to get by the last defender. Falls down on the play. Goes into the goaltender. Whistle blown as the net comes off of its supports. No call there. Incidental contact. As both Hassel and the defender went down, and eventually the goaltender going down as well, and the net going off the supports. And so the face-off deep in the Prowler zone now. Pollack out there with David Reisinger, Nixon, Hood, and it looks like Cedric Collins. Reisinger taking the face-off. Pollack stepping in, get a piece of it. Back to the point. Hood over to David Reisinger. Below the goal line. Pollack trying to feed it over to Collins. Taken away by a Prowlers player. Collins now gets it back. Collins below the goal line. Dipsy-do, but leaves it in the corner. Nobody there except for the Prowlers. Kept in nicely though by Nixon at the blue line. Prowlers retreating to get it. Sending it up the far wall. Pollack stepping into his man. Loose puck back to Hood. Over to Nixon. Nixon winding up. Shot! Goes just below the goal line. Pollack trying to backhand it up to the point. Stolen away there by the Prowlers. 1-on-2, now 2-on-2. Getting around Owen Hood was that Prowlers player. And then sending a weak backhand that just went to the side of the net. Falling down on the play, a Prowlers player who ran right into Owen Hood and got the worst of that. David Reisinger now at center ice.
Head up.
Picked up there by the Prowlers. Left there by number 20, or for number 20 of the Prowlers. Now Owen Hood sends it off the glass. Again, a crazy bounce. Hood reaching for it. Gets enough of it to get it to Cowens. Cowens on the left side. Cowens on the left side still. If he could have fed it across, he had Josh Tidd crashing the net on the far side. Not sure Cowens saw him there. But the Prowlers bringing it out of the zone. Pretty close to offside here. That shot save made. Scoring sticking out the big pad. Hinton up to Tidd. Tidd on the right side. Around the defender. Shot save made. Crashing the net was Bussy. Cooper Kleberger up to Hinton. Reed Hinton with it. Reed Hinton spins it around and gives it to Bussy. Bussy tries to get it out in front to Fury. Hinton trying to get his stick on it. Save made. And now we're going to have a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be assessed to the Prowlers. Maybe a hooking call. Wow, Hinton was doing everything he can to get his stick on that, as he could have poked that into what looked like an open net there momentarily. But the Prowlers, another hooking call, or another penalty, which is a hooking call. 71 going to the box. And the Warcats on the power play with 1:47 remaining of the second period. Again, remember, we're going to have a break between the second and third, about a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back for the third period. Too many players out there for the Prowlers. Face off, left there. Reed Hinton picks it up. Alex Snyder with it. Snyder sends it down low, deflected towards the net. Bussy cycles it behind the net. Fury leaving it there. Hinton trying to get up on it. It's the Prowlers who have the puck. Now picked off there by Fury. Now the Prowlers again with it from the corner. Back to Hinton. Hinton trying to feed it out in front. He was looking for Caleb Bussy. Didn't quite connect. And the puck comes down into the Warcat zone. Alex Snyder with the puck up to Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger around one man, sending it back to Snyder. Snyder to Bussy. Bussy from the blue line. Long shot! He didn't miss the corner by much. David Reisinger digging the puck out. Back to Andrew Reisinger. Andrew Reisinger using his body to protect the puck. Sending it back in deep, but it's the Prowlers getting to it. 45 seconds remaining in the period. And a loose puck stolen by the Prowlers and out of the zone. David Reisinger back to Andrew Reisinger, back to David. David nutmegs his man and then is hit hard down to the ice. Bussy shot, goal scored. Hamburger! Caleb Bussy assists David Reisinger and Andrew Reisinger. And David Reisinger earning his money there. Taking a big check, but able to feed it to Bussy. And Bussy finishing it off. And it's a power play goal with 31 seconds remaining in the period. Caleb Bussy from Andrew Reisinger and David Reisinger. And the Reisinger boys picking up a lot of points this game. Cowens with the puck now. Cowens on the left side, trying to get around the defender. Shot save made. Cedric Cowens hit it right up the shoulder of the goaltender with 17 seconds remaining. Stepping in to take the face-off, Cullen Hassel. Cowens trying to get onto that puck, but it's cleared by the Prowlers. Cooper Kleberger picking it up behind his own net, spinning it around near side. 5 seconds remaining. Josh Blumel along the far side, and the clock's going to run out at the end of the second period. A very productive period by the Warcats, who score 3 goals and take a 6-1 lead. 14 shots on goal for the Warcats. 5 shots on goal for the Prowlers that period. The Prowlers have 11 for the game. The Warcats have 22. Much better on face-offs that period. 10 wins for the Warcats, 5 losses. And I think that also is reflected in the fact that the Warcats scored more. The Warcats now with 3 power play goals today. And again, they'd be winning this game at 5-on-5, but good to see them taking advantage of the power play goals. Now the players leaving the ice. The coach for the Prowlers having a few words for the referees. The Zamboni, or Columbia as they call it here, not quite the same machine, is not out yet. The Warcats coaches making their way towards the locker room. But we should have a short break as soon as the ice resurfacer makes its way back out on to the ice to clean it up. And so I'd say a good start in OSHL play for the Warcats, but it only gets harder from here as the Warcats have 3 games this weekend, all league games, a bit of a scheduling anomaly because of the tournaments that the Warcats have played and the league electing to move up the start of the season. Normally the Warcats varsity season wouldn't be starting until next week in November. It's starting a little bit early, and it compressed a few games. And so the Warcats playing 3 games this weekend. This was definitely the must-win of the 3. The Prowlers, as you don't like to call any opponent weak, but certainly the weakest of the 3. I believe it's Hilliard tomorrow, who's already 2-0 in the league, and Newark, a perennial power. I believe they are the Sunday opponent for the Warcats, which we will try and bring you live on SammyVision. So to recap the scoring, the Warcats on the board first. A goal from Caleb Bussey, an assist by Cedric Collins. And then it was the Prowlers who got kind of a good bounce down low, and the puck able to squirt past Alex Scoyne, who's got the start in net. And it was 1-1 about halfway through the first period. Then towards the waning moments of the first period, the Warcats got on the board again with a goal from Cedric Collins. Josh Tidd and Bryce Wickheiser, I believe, with the assists. And the Warcats followed that up with a power play goal. Moments later, again, another goal by Cedric Collins. And so at the end of the first period of play, it was 3-1 Warcats. The second period, Warcats, after the first couple minutes, able to get on the board again. This time, David Reisinger with a pass from his brother Andrew Reisinger and Bryce Wickheiser. The Warcats then scored about midway through the period on a power play. Cooper Kleberger with a goal with the assist by Colin Fury. Actually, a really nice play by Colin Fury to feed Cooper Kleberger. And then another power play goal right near the end of the period, about 30 seconds remaining in the period. It was Bussey off of a pass by David Reisinger, who got punished for the pass as he was laid out by a Prowlers player. Not even sure if he saw the puck go in the net, but Bussey able to beat the goaltender. The assist, David Reisinger and Andrew Reisinger on that last power play goal. And so that's where we stand, 6-1, Warcats leading this game. 2 goals by Collins, 2 goals by Bussey, a David Reisinger and a Cooper Kleberger goal to round it out. We take a short break here on the SammyVision networks. I thank everybody for joining me. A special thank you to Our camera person, camera operator, Heidi Shalia. Shout out to Tina Reisinger for bringing some of the best pumpkin bars I've ever had. And everybody involved in SammyVision Productions. We'll be back with you in just a couple minutes.
Nice job, Sammy.
What?
You didn't bring one for me?
You better be bringing them up.
What's that?
You got one for Sam?
We're back here on SammyVision. Your host, Sam Shalia. So we're here at 6-1. The Warcats in the lead of their first OSHL league game against the PHA Prowlers. All right, look at that. Hey, courtesy of Eric Snyder, the richest man in the world. Right.
Came from his phone,
Came Shout out to Evan Snyder, my best friend. 17 minutes to go as we're getting ready to start the third period of play. Warcats up 6-1 here at Chiller Easton against the Prowlers. Off to a good start. A little shaky at first, looked like some nerves. Definitely a different feel of league game. Warcats have certainly played their fair share of games. They played 15 games already, but their first league game always is special. And 3 power play goals. That's a good sign. Scoring by 4 different players. So we'll see what we have here for the third period as the players are coming out of the locker room, getting ready to take the ice.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you.
The ice is shiny like your granddaddy's scalp. Players getting a chance to come out and stretch the legs a little bit. Not much though. Referee already blowing the whistle. They're ready to roll. Other scores around the league. Warcats JV playing on the same ice surface just before the varsity team. A valiant effort against the Newark JV team, Newark Generals, but the Warcats JV team coming up just a little short, dropping that game 4-2, as they also started league play with that game.
He has Twitter.
He don't even have a phone.
No, exactly.
He's worse than me.
He has Twitter for this.
Well, see, 'cause I work for the state, so all my emails are public records. So I'm like,
You do.
Yeah, exactly.
not
That's,
happening.
So we're getting ready to start the third period of play. Warcats up 6-1, and we're off. With under 17 minutes left to go in this game, it's the Prowlers who won the face-off, the opening face-off of the third period. DJ Bridge, David Reisinger, Cullen Hassel, the forwards, and that puck just out of the reach of Cullen Hassel. Kicked off there by Bridge to Hassel, setting it down low, spinning around out of the reach of Reisinger. Prowlers pick it up and having a little bit of trouble handling it, but able to get it out of zone now. 2-on-1 for the Prowlers coming the other way. Shot! And I think scoring may have gotten just a piece of that, and it goes in behind the net. Prowlers picking it up, and it's the Prowlers with a little extra pep in their step to start this third period. Of course, they are down by 5 goals. They need to get something started if they want to have any chance here. Warcats making changes with Collins, Tidd, and Bussy now out there. Around the boards it comes. Tidd playing it off the boards to himself. Now feeding Bussy. Bussy with one guy to beat. Winds up shot over the net. Bussy looking for his hat trick. But that errant shot goes over net. May have been partially deflected. Snyder trying to get his stick on it. Now it does come back to Snyder. Spins away from the Prowlers player and has a little bit of ice to work with. Trying to feed it across ice to Collins. Picked off by the Prowlers. And then a good job by Nicholas Crone. Active stick work there to get it away from the Prowlers player. From their own zone, the Prowlers with it. And Collins looking to pick that up, but now it's Snyder with it. Snyder dumps it down low for Collins. Collins from the corner, stepped out of the corner, but he didn't have the puck with him. And now it's the Prowlers to the blue line and out. Fury chopping at it to get it back into the zone. And the Warcats making a few changes. Nicholas Crone playing it away from the Prowlers player. Again, a good play there. Fury had it roll off his stick. Prowlers kept it in the zone. High bouncing puck there. Hard for Hinton to handle. And the Prowlers able to get it down low. Now gives it away to Blumel. Blumel now up on the left side. Blumel skating it, trying to get past the defenseman. And the big defenseman for the Prowlers, not very fast, but a long active stick able to poke that free. Up here on the near side. The Prowlers bringing it up to the blue line, but not in. Reisinger standing his man up. And a loose puck comes to Reed Hinton. Now the Prowlers on a delayed offsides dump that puck in. Coming up on 14 minutes to play in the period. Cooper Kleberger up to Andrew Pollock with the giveaway, and the Prowlers number 25 shoots that just wide of the net. Long lead pass comes off of Colin Fury's stick. Number 25, Hucks, leaves it for Sharp. A shot from the blue line deflected wide of the net, and Alex Scoyne did not see that. Pollock pushes it up the ice only to the blue line, kept in by the Prowlers. Now, good job by Pollock to knock it free and dump it down the ice. We're going to have icing. And Pollock was about 2 steps away from gaining that red line, where it would not have been icing, but he didn't quite gain the red line, dumped it down, and we have icing on the Warcats. 13:28 remaining. Third period of play. Warcats up 6-1. Sending out Cullen, Hassel, DJ Bridge, David Reisinger. Puck is dropped and then one backwards just wide of the net of Scoyne, sliding across the blue paint to make sure that puck wasn't going anywhere. Wickheiser, I think a strong effort on his part, and he lays out his man. Good job by number 5, Bryce Wickheiser. Just as I was saying, I believe he's having a pretty strong game here today. Into the zone it comes. It's the Prowler shot, save made. Rebound attempt, kept away from the net. Wickheiser backhands it around to Bridge. Bridge feeding it up to Hassel. Hassel then pushed off that puck. And the Prowlers get it and send it back into the Warcat zone. Wickheiser over to Nixon. Nixon centering feed. Nifty move by Cullen Hassel. Hassel with it. To DJ Bridge, backhand shot. Save made. And Bridge looking to go 5-hole on the backhand. The goaltender not sure he had it. Able to come up with it. Squeezes the pads for a face-off. 12:30 remaining. This break brought to you by Tim Hortons. Enjoying a coffee while he's calling a game. SammyVision. Now Owen Hood keeping the puck in the zone. Kick that there by Cedric Collins. The Prowlers able to get it past or out of their zone, and then a shot snagged out of the air by Alex Scoyne. He hangs on for a face-off, and I have completely destroyed my mask today. Dripping wet from the silky smooth sounds of SammyVision. Collins losing that puck at the blue line, touched by a Prowlers player. I believe we're going to have offsides. That's kind of a funky little play there. Snyder able to get it out of the zone. Tidd up to Cowan. Collins with the shot deflected up into the netting. And for some reason, the faceoff's coming out of the zone. I don't quite understand that one. I thought Collins was in the zone, and that puck was definitely deflected by the defender, so. I'm not quite sure, but the faceoff's going to take place just outside the Prowler zone here. Fury steps in and then is completely annihilated at the faceoff dot. Knocked over by a Prowlers player. But Hinton picking up the loose puck now. Hinton with one man to beat. Trying to get around the defender. He does. To the backhand. Save made. And Hinton paying the price as he came in on the goaltender for the Prowlers. And he was laid out and sent into the end boards. No call there except for a face-off. So Tidd coming out to take Hinton's place Fury and Blumel still out there. Fury trying to get that loose puck. Tid coming in. Now loose puck down low. Shot! Save made, Tid! Another attempt. Fury misses the puck. From the point, Cooper Kleberger, that shot goes down low. Tid from the corner, steps away from his man. Below the goal line, feeding it out in front. Looking for Fury, deflected back. Reisinger now from the blue line. Gets around his man. Reisinger, then hit from behind, no call. No call. As that player was upset, Andrew Reisinger completely undressed him and went around him. And the player's clearly upset. Stepped in Andrew Reisinger from behind, no call. But Reisinger none the worse for the wear. The Warcats now advancing the puck up the ice. Cooper Kleberger ridden into the boards, runs into Cullen Hassel. And the Prowler's able to get to the loose puck and send it out of the zone. Now up into the netting, we're going to have a stoppage of play with 10:38 remaining.
Yo.
You just tap it, it'll go up.
Come on, honey.
If you just tap it, it'll fall.
Okay, girls.
Girls.
Face off now. Caleb Bussey loses that to the Prowlers, but the Warcats pick it back up. Colin Hassel, cross-ice feed looking for Reisinger. Nicholas Crone and the Prowlers send it back in. Nixon retreating to get to it. Nixon around the boards. Too far for Nicholas Crone. Along that wall in front of the Warcats bench and sent out of the zone. Hassel pokes that puck free and towards the net, and then is ridden into those end boards. Hassel backhands it down low. Out in front, Bussey's shot deflects up into the netting and out of play. Caleb Bussey looking to get his third of the game. And the Warcat fans in attendance are appreciating his effort. Collins, Hinton, and Bridge, your forwards out there. Nixon and Crone down on defense. Coming out, a bounce that comes out from that end wall. Reed Hinton had just overskated it. Now a Prowlers player without a stick, but it's the Prowlers coming up with the loose puck. Sending it up to the blue line. Kicked back in by Nixon. Bridge then sent down to the ice. And the Prowlers stepping into the Warcats. Stolen by Bridge. Bridge winds up, shot hits the post. Back in, goal scored! Hamburger! DJ Bridge. Bridge sending a pass to himself off the iron, hitting the post, coming right back to him. He knew what to do with it the second time. Puts it in past the goaltender. And the Warcats go up 7-1. Fury, Tid, Blumel now out there. Wickizer and Snyder. Loose puck back into the Warcat zone. Bryce Wickizer retreats and gets it. Stepping around his man up along that half wall and then sends it out of the zone. And icing going to be assessed against the Warcats with 9:13 remaining. Colin Fury taking the face off, one backwards to Bryce Wickizer. Played along the boards, Blumel now off his skate, loose puck to the Prowlers. Wickizer again with it. Over to Snyder. Snyder up the boards, hits Wickizer with it. Wickizer picks it up, now goes back into the corner with it. Prowlers sending it to the side of the net. Falling down on the play was a Prowlers player, and then the puck hits Scoyne, I think, in that blue paint. Wickizer steps into his man. Number 93 wanting to have nothing to do with that. Now coming in late as they jostle for the puck behind the net against those end boards. Referee telling them to move it along. Loose puck picked up by the Prowlers. Number 15 going to one hand on the stick. And then up in the air, that puck goes gingerly into Alex Scoyne's glove. The lucky numbers of the day, check your ticket stubs, 8, 8-2 and 3. 8-2 and 3. Face off in the Warcat zone. Caleb Bussey leaning in to take it. Up to Reed Hinton. Hinton trying to feed it up to Bussey. Wasn't able to get enough on it. But out of the zone, the Warcats were able to come anyway. Bussey stepped in, and again, no call there. And that's pretty sad. Now Bussey rolling around on the ice. And Bussey was trying to step around the Prowlers player who just stuck their leg out and took Bussey down. And for all the kneeing calls that we've had today, nothing on that. No kneeing, no tripping. Very dangerous play. And Bussey gingerly trying to skate over towards his own bench. The trainer with him, allowing him to move on his own power. A conversation happening at the Prowlers bench. The penalty box for the Prowlers is open, but that may be where the trainer came out. And so now the coach is saying, and you know what? He has a little bit of a point. He's saying neither of you saw it, so how can you call it? And they did not call anything initially. But at the end of the day, that is a penalty. And so the coach is telling the referees that they didn't call it initially, how can they call it now? I don't think you're going to win that argument. A penalty is a penalty. And the box is open for the Prowlers as they have number 25 jumping on and off the ice like a maniac, that kid. 8:08 remaining in the third period, and now the referee's having a discussion. Did the coach of the Prowlers talk them out of a penalty? Let's see. We got 5-2 odds that say that he did. Place your bets in the next 15 seconds. Coming up on the 9 o'clock hour here at Chiller Easton. Seven to 1. Warcats leading this game. And they've asked for a player to serve this penalty, and the coach has finally come up with a number and sending number 24 to the box. And 2 minutes assessed. The Warcats going to go on the power play, much to the delight of the Warcats fans, including Big Jim Hassel, who's not afraid to let the referees know how he feels. Again, we take a moment to thank our camera operator, Heidi Shalia, all the fans watching at home, including the family of the Reisinger boys. Glad to have you aboard. The Bussey family watching at home. We appreciate you. We usually know the Hassel family, extended family watching.
I got a bedtime. Let's go.
We appreciate it. A long delay now here as it's sorting out the penalties.
PJs are calling her. Amen, girl.
And finally, we have a whistle from the referees. And 3 skaters out for the Prowlers. Maybe that is just a, it looked like a mistake. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play here. The Warcats already with 3 power play goals. Back to the power play now with Hassel. Snyder sending that just wide of David Reisinger, who is run into hard and goes down. Snyder keeps it in. That shot save made. Alex Snyder trying to sneak one past the goaltender from the point. Held on to for a face-off.
Cowens, Hassel, and David Reisinger. David Reisinger doing a good job filling in here on the power play with Santa Shalia out of commission for a few weeks. Alex Snyder from the right point sends it over to Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger trying to spin away from his man in front of the Prowlers bench and then hit hard into the boards, Cullen Hassel. But it's the Warcats with the puck. Fed out in front, backhand shot save made. Nice little play there by Hassel as Collins fed him out in front of the net, and all in one motion, Hassel spun around, sent a backhand towards the goaltender, and the goaltender hung on. And Caleb Bussey back on the ice, good to see him skating, and he's going to be out here, power play 2, with Bridge and Hinton. Nixon and Cooper Kleberger, the defenders. Warcats on the power play for another minute 15. The Prowlers send it down into the Warcat zone. Nixon behind his own net. Long lead pass up to Bussey. Bussey backhands it into the Prowler zone. And that was actually Cooper Kleberger, not Nixon, who got that started, just to correct myself. Loose puck out in front. The Prowlers spin around and send it all the way down into the Warcat zone. 45 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Power play number 1, standing at the bench for the Warcats. Antsy to get back out there and get another chance at this. Nixon sends it up to Bussey. Bussey on the right side. Bussey spinning towards the middle of the ice. Shoots it off of a Prowlers player who then tries to clear it and does get it out of the zone as Cooper Kleberger not able to hold the blue line. And he was caught a little bit off balance, I think, and not able to recover and step up on the play there. He's played a pretty strong game, though, including a goal. We're not going to give him too much trouble. Reed Hinton up to Cowens. Cowens not able to handle that pass. As the power play winds down for the Warcats, both teams now skating at full strength. Cowens into the zone, offsides. Cullen Hassel not able to drag that foot enough to stay on sides, apparently. And so the whistle occurs, and the face-off takes place just outside the Prowler zone. Hassel stepping in to take the face-off, kept there at the face-off dot. Cowens was skating in to get it, but the Prowlers with the puck in possession. At center ice, David Reisinger chopping it back in. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation time. The Prowlers from their own blue line flipping it up. Caught there by Snyder. And he feeds Cowens. Cowens now spinning away from a Prowlers player who recklessly was trying to take Cowens out. Now Cowens steps into his man. And Snyder dipsy-doos around the Prowlers player. Snyder up on the play from the corner. And not out. The Prowlers having a hard time exiting their zone. Andrew Pollack skating to the corner to get that puck. The Prowlers again flip it up along the boards to Snyder, and Snyder picked his head up and the puck rolls off his stick and out of the zone. Snyder flips it back in, hit not by a high stick. Referee says it was not played by a high stick, knocked out of the air by the Prowlers. Snyder slammed into the corner boards. Loose puck. Pollack leans into his man, but the Prowlers get it out of the zone. Colin Fury with it. And now the Prowlers are looking just to line up Warcats players. And I sure hope none of the Warcats get hurt with this reckless behavior by the Prowlers, who are down 7-1. DJ Bridge trying to get a skate on that, and now it's offsides by the Warcats. 4:27 remaining. And I hope the referees are taking note of what the Prowlers players seem to be trying to do here. Bussey, Hinton, and Bridge, your forwards for the Warcats. Wickizer and Andrew Reisinger on defense. Reisinger steps into his man at the Warcats bench. Loose puck comes to center ice. Prowlers play it back in. Back to Andrew Reisinger. Over to Bryce Wickizer. Wickizer to Reisinger. Off the boards, Reisinger collects it and then steps around his man. And then he whiffs on it
we've seen both seniors now, Reisinger and Snyder, picking their head up a little too quickly and whiffing on the puck, but nothing wrong with that. It happens. Reisinger spinning away from his man. Now to that faceoff dot. In deep, shot save made as Reisinger was trying to go over the shoulder of the goaltender. And then, for whatever reason, a player for the Prowlers chasing down right, and Reisinger getting a penalty out of this for an unsportsmanlike penalty there on Andrew Reisinger. After he shot that, he must have said something that set the Prowlers off.
Him and he goes to the box?
That was a weird one.
Better watch, they're going after him.
Warcats trying to get away with 5 people on the ice. Now pulling off David Reisinger. Hassel and Collins, Nicholas Crone, and Cooper Kleberger, the 4 out there for the Warcats. Prowlers trying to set up their power play. Here's a shot, goes down low. I think it may have hit the glove of scoring, but it was going wide anyway. To the side of the net. Crone now trying to push his man away. That puck, a puck up right against the post. And it took a little extra while for that whistle to blow, but Scoyne was not going to let anything get in between him and the post. He was hugging that post, and the puck was sandwiched right up against it. Owen Hood and Chase Nixon now the defenders. Cullen Hassel and Cedric Collins still out there, and that's Collins with the puck. Collins with speed on the left side, coming towards the net, and loses the puck on his backhand. It's the Prowlers picking it up. Long cross-ice feed. Cullen Hassel able to tie up number 25, who then slams Hassel against the boards well after that puck was gone. Again, the referee's got to keep an eye on the extracurricular activity. And Cedric Collins takes a cheap shot. That's exactly what we were talking about. Boarding against Cedric Collins. The Warcats already without senior leader Sato Shalia certainly don't want to lose another big-time player like Cedric Collins. And a cheap shot by the Prowlers, a 2-10 for boarding.
What?
And that's like 8 penalties, I think, on the Prowlers already. Looking over at the box, the Warcats have 2 players in the box too. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. The referee throwing a parent out, it looks like.
It's for the Prowlers. They're mad about the call. They thought it was a hit to hit.
So, 2:58 remaining, third period. 7-1, Warcats leading, and trying to just finish this off without any incidents. Obviously, without anything that may injure one of their players, and I hate to even think about that. But you could see it coming.
I don't know. I think they team.
Is it 3-on-3?
And so the referee blows the whistle, but it's his referee partner is talking things over with Caleb Kramer, forwards coach for the Warcats. Coach DeJondo, the head coach. Should have mentioned it at the outset. Tyler Murphy, defensive coach and goalies coach. The referee had already blown the whistle. He's got players ready for the face-off. It looks like we got 4 on... No, it's still 5 on 4. So they also took Cullen Hassel, I guess, to the box. So the 2-12 assessed to the Prowlers and a minor to Hassel. And so it's the Warcats who are still shorthanded. David Reisinger, Caleb Bussey, Nixon, and Hood are your 4 out there for 50 more seconds, 50 seconds. The Prowlers still on the power play. Pulling up in their own zone. Long cross ice feed to the near side, dumped in by the Prowlers, dumped right back out by Owen Hood. Prowlers from their own zone again. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Long pass now up along the right side. Nixon over there to meet his player, and then Hood sends it to the far wall. The Prowlers pulling up shot, goes wide of the net. Up to the point, the Prowlers with a shot through traffic. That goes wide of the net. Along the half wall, now curling. Sending it over to the left side. Down low now, the Prowlers back up to the left point. Top of the face-off circle, now at the face-off dot. Cross-ice speed. Bussy picks it off, sends it down. Both teams now skating at full strength as Andrew Reisinger's penalty expires. DJ Bridge, Josh Tidd, and Reed Hinton out there. Hinton picks off the pass, and then he's tripped, no call. Hinton gets it in deep. Tidd reaching for it. Comes back to Snyder. Snyder winding up to shoot that again, loses it. And now the Prowlers, number 25, on a breakaway shot. Goal scored! And a bit of an unfortunate break. Alex Snyder losing the handle at the blue line leads to a breakaway for the Prowlers' best player, number 25. And he buries a high backhand over Alex Scoyne as the penalty was going to be assessed to the Warcats. That is negated on the goal. And so now it's 7-2 with 1:15 remaining. David Reisinger, Reed Hinton, Nicholas Crone, Alex Snyder, Cedric Collins out there for the Warcats. Again, both teams skating at even strength. Stolen by the Prowlers behind the net of the Warcats and then taken away by Collins. Flipped out of the zone by David Reisinger. Now Reed Hinton to the backhand. Flips it into the Prowlers zone. Kept in onside by Reed Hinton. Collins reaching to get it. Reisinger against the boards too. Snyder also over there. To the blue line. Collins picks it up. Skates away from his man. Now trying to find some open ice. He backhanded it just wide of the net. Snyder sends it down low. And the Collins not able to corral that puck. 15 seconds remaining in the period. Prowlers trying to come back with numbers. Losing his stick again was a Prowlers player. In behind the goal line. Collins with it. Collins pinning his man up against the board. Reisinger coming in. There's the horn. End of the game. Warcats win 7-2 and go to 1-0 in OSHL play. The Prowlers falling to 0-2 in league play. The win, senior Alex Scoyne. Goals scored by Bussy with 2. Collins with 2. Cooper Kleberger, David Reisinger, and DJ Bridge each with 1. 7 shots on goal for the Warcats that period. 29 total for the game. The Prowlers with just 3 that period. One of them getting in. 4 shots that period. One of them getting in. 15 shots on goal for the Prowlers for the game. But the Warcats putting 7 up on the Prowlers and coming away with the victory. So, much tougher test for the Warcats tomorrow as they take on Hilliard from the Dublin Chiller. Hoping that you can join us, hoping that we'll be able to bring you SammyVision. A little bit of chatter here as the players have to cross each other off the ice. Kind of a strange arrangement as to where the locker rooms were, I think. But a good start to the OSHL season for the Warcats, doing exactly what they needed to do today. I thank you all for joining me here on SammyVision. SammyVision brought to you live and in color and hosted here by yours truly, Sam Shalia. It's now SammyVision signing off.